Jones, Judge presiding.
Good morning. Please be seated. State versus Tucker. Prosecutors, defendant. Everybody else is here. So, what we planned on this morning was to hear the defendant's motion for judgment of acquittal and then to address the logistics as to the Zoom testimony of Ms. Belmonte. So, Mr. Tucker, are you ready to be heard on your motion for judgment of acquittal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you can proceed.
And about approximately how long do I have here, sir?
Well, how long do you need?
I'm not sure.
Well, I can't imagine that more than 15 minutes would be necessary, but...
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I was working on it. I actually wrote a motion out for a second there. Actually, I've been writing it anyway. Had a completely different one at first. But, you know, Your Honor, let me take off my glasses. I want to be respectful here. All right, there we go. And I can even read a little bit easier. Your Honor, this case has been going on for 6 years. It wasn't good at the beginning, not good now. You know, as far as being able to have the prosecution be able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, okay?
But that's not the standard. Just so we're clear, that's not the standard for a motion for judgment of acquittal.
I don't know. From what I read last night from the Florida, you know, when I was reading Florida, was it the criminal code? Was it criminal rules of procedure, or criminal code of procedure, whatever? Literally, it was okay if you don't think there is enough evidence for the state's case to sustain a conviction of reasonable doubt.
No, that's not it.
Well, then go ahead and explain. I would appreciate it.
It might be a little high standard after the close of all the evidence, but basically, has the state put on a prima facie case as to each element of the charges that have been brought? That's the standard, looking at the evidence in the light most favorable to the state.
Right, right. And looking at the evidence most favorable to the state, it hasn't gotten any better over the years. And I'm looking at it now because I've been looking at it for 6 years, and it's always been the same. Now, the thing is even, okay, all the evidence the state presented, the only thing they had was Travis Johnson. That's it. We knew that was going to be the case. And even then, even at his best, his credibility is doubtful, right? So, okay, that's their case. But even then, if you actually compare it to the other witnesses they put on and the other evidence in the case, they still haven't even come up with a concrete narrative. Okay, they put on Roger Ruggett, who says he was attacked by 2 men, skull masks, both carrying knives. State then puts Travis Johnson on, who says knife, pipe, skull mask, and a Jägermeister neck gaiter. Those two aren't consistent. They can't even get a consistent story here. So to think that the jury is going to be able to come anywhere close to a verdict of beyond reasonable doubt, I don't see it. And I mean, again, I can go through the rest.
It's not the issue, Mr. Tucker.
Okay.
I mean, I'd hate to keep beating on the same drum, but your argument is
I won't argue that anymore.
On point with the law.
Your Honor, there's been a lot of things in this case that have been on the point with the law.
Well, I disagree, seeing that I've been the presiding judge and feel that the rulings I've made have been consistent with the law. You're certainly entitled to disagree with that, but right now we're focusing on a very narrow question. All this other stuff is not the point. It's have they presented a prima facie case? That's the question.
Okay, Your Honor. And again, I'm trying to be as respectful as I possibly
understand that, and I'm not construing it as disrespect. I'm trying to direct the argument to the issue.
Okay. Well, the issue has been there for a long time, Your Honor.
I don't understand that
to be
point
quite
at
frank,
all. This is the first time we've been in trial, so...
No, but this case should have been dismissed due to the misconduct on it a long time ago.
That's completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with what we're doing right now.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
My due process rights have been violated the entire time. The entire time.
Okay, sir. You want to
I'm telling you the way. Look, I'm telling you the truth.
Rhetoric. If that's how you want to spend your 15 minutes, go ahead.
Your Honor. Okay. Again, how about setting me up with Naeem Jackson? The 3 officers admitted to doing it, and you're saying it didn't happen? That violated 4 of my constitutional rights.
A motion for judgment of acquittal. Absolutely nothing.
No, it meant that you should have.
Mr. Jackson.
You should have dismissed the case. You should have dismissed the case according to the Constitution of the state of Florida, which says if my due process rights have been violated, that you are bound to dismiss the case. And that violated 4 of my constitutional rights right there, and that was only 1 incident. 1. And we have proof of many. And yet you haven't investigated it. You've just denied it.
Sir, I'm not an investigative body, so, again, you want to...
I shouldn't be in this courtroom, sir.
Well, that's a very subjective perspective.
I mean,
anyway,
look,
if you're not going to make a relevant argument,
I will make a very relevant
argument.
argument. I will make a very relevant argument,
okay,
sir.
Well, I haven't heard
and I think I've made one so far.
I haven't heard it yet.
Well, I'm sure, because you also, again, denied the misconduct that was committed. And we know it did. We know it happened. It wasn't a question. We know it happened. But the state, they deny it, you deny it, and it doesn't exist. We know it happened. It's not a matter of if. I mean, again, we had so much evidence it wasn't even funny. How much evidence do you have to have? But yet here I am. And to be respectful, Your Honor, you chastised me for being late yesterday, right? And wasting everybody's time.
And the day before.
Okay, well, and here's the thing, is when we filed that motion to dismiss, you had your option not to be here at all and not waste anybody's time.
Judge, I want to object.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain it. That's irrelevant. So anyway.
Again, we made the case for many acts of misconduct, Your Honor.
Objection.
Sustained.
I didn't know they got a say in this. I
sure
wasn't
they
sure.
do. When somebody's standing up here making irrelevant, inflammatory, specious arguments, they have a right to object.
Well, again, I mean,
I thought you were making a motion for judgment.
Well, the motion for judgment, we both know you're going to deny anyway, right? I knew that before I even came up here. Just like I knew how this was going to go. Everybody wants to know why I went pro se.
Objection, irrelevant argument.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
I
guess Mr. Tucker just wants to let off some steam. Let him go ahead.
No, it's not, it's not a matter of letting off steam, Your Honor. It's a matter of telling the truth and trying to get the truth out.
This isn't the soapbox on a street corner. This is a court of law where we make arguments relevant to the issues. But as I said, if you want to, play up to the cameras or...
Well, no, you're trying to say that you're doing this with...
steam, go ahead.
Your Honor, you're trying to say you're doing this within the law and within the rules. The rules said it, my case should have been dismissed. That's what it says.
That's what you think, sir.
No, that's what I have evidence to prove.
I'm not surprised that from your subjective perspective, you think you shouldn't be it. That's 99% of the defendants feel that way.
Okay, well, I'm sure they do.
Unusual, so in any event...
I'm sure they do, but how many of them have evidence that they were set up in jail with a CI? To try and
I didn't hear that evidence in court. I haven't heard
tried to bring
that,
it.
Mr. Jackson.
We brought it in many times. How many times did we bring up Mr. Jackson?
Sir, this is the trial. This isn't some pretrial motion. We haven't heard anything from Mr. Jackson or statements from you at all.
Your Honor, look, I've studied this case for 6 years. I've studied the law a little bit. I'm not as good as anybody in here. I guarantee you that. But one thing I've learned a few things. One, the state attorney's office has a bound duty according to the bar to investigate any acts of misconduct that are not considered frivolous. And I don't think 3 officers who admitted to doing it is frivolous. But did they investigate? No. They decided to take me to trial. Right? Is that how justice goes? That's how the law works? I don't understand. Again, I'm playing by the rules, right? I'm playing by the rules. Trying to anyway. You know, I didn't do anything to ask for this. I didn't want this. You know, we tried to file a motion to dismiss, and then again, everybody's acted ethically. That's what you said. That's completely untrue, but that's what you said.
I'm sorry. What?
Everybody, the state attorney's office has acted ethically the entire time, and so is the court has acted ethically the entire time. Is that correct?
Judge, I'm going to object. This is improper jail.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain it.
Okay.
I don't know what every word in that order said, but I'm sure there was reference to that. But again, it's not relevant to.
Well, I mean, you guys wrote it off as conspiracy theories and personal attacks when we had a mountain of evidence. Nobody wanted to hear it.
Again, I'm going to ask you to sit down if you don't want to argue your motion, because so far you haven't really argued a motion for judgment of acquittal.
Well, okay. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead. I'll go ahead and give you my points on the case then, as it stands now, right? Okay, let's go over Miss Jenna Mueller.
Use the first 5 minutes of your 15.
Perfect.
So in any
Perfect.
event.
That means I have 10 more, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jenna Mueller offered all kinds of evidence about this crime scene. She offered evidence about, her being a first responder. Did she offer any evidence about me? No. Zero. Right? That's none. Okay, so let's go to the next witness. That would be Roger Ruggett, right? Roger Ruggett, he didn't offer any testimony against me, Matter of fact, he kind of helped me with the whole, he didn't know my name, but again, in the affidavit, it was, completely opposite. It stated that he actually made statements saying it was me. But then again, that's irrelevant. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. So Roger Ruggett doesn't offer any evidence against me. Zero. Right, let's keep on going down. Let's see who we got for the witnesses. Let's see. After that, we got Marcus DeVal. Marcus DeVal doesn't offer any evidence against me. Zero. Right? Let's keep on going from there. Let's see. And there's a good reason why there's zero evidence, by the way, except for anybody that can be basically bribed to testify. So let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Inconsistent. We got Jenna Mueller. We got Roger Ruggett, keep going down. Let's see, we have, DeVal, no. David Fernandez, doesn't offer any evidence against me, zero. Right, again, except for the video, he explains that you can't see anybody in. Okay, so we're, keep on going down. Oh, but he did admit that you can't see a getaway driver in that video. He did admit that. Then we go to Danielle Malone. That's a whole another interesting one there. Because of course, she made false statements about when I actually became a suspect to avoid the whole Penny Phelps thing, which of course that's why she's not here. Let's go ahead and we'll keep on going down. Cosmo videos, nothing there. She did say that Wilson and Johnson made statements against me, and that was her evidence that was me in the videos, right? Wilson has since at trial said that he was coerced into making those statements. Johnson also said he was coerced into making those statements when he filed his motion to suppress. So both of those people said their statements about me were untrue at different points. So, okay.
For the record, I'm objecting. Those are facts, not in evidence in this trial.
It's sustained.
Okay. Well, no, you're wrong. I'm just wondering, again, facts. It's fine.
Not in evidence.
Well, let's see. Keep on going. And then, the whole thing with Miss Paula Belmont. Miss Paula Belmont's been saying it wasn't me since the beginning. Since the beginning. Now, and the thing is while you can hammer me all you want, again, she's the victim here. Her, Matt, Roger Ruggett, the people who were actually victimized that day. That's what we're supposed to be here for, right? That's what this is all about.
No, it's about the trial in the case of State versus Tucker.
I understand that, but why am I on trial? I'm on trial because those
You're
victims
accused of 4 crimes at this point.
Right, and those victims, and again, I'm accused of 4 crimes. That's true. I've been accused of more, apparently, when we started this. Let's see, and I can tell you when I actually was named a suspect, because that's been, again, that one was actually put on the stand too. Let's see. So, okay, nothing really, man, from Danielle Malone, except for that she says that, was it Travis Johnson's statements or, something that should be believed, I guess. Same thing with, again, she brought out Rory Wilson, who's not even going to testify, so, it's hearsay, it doesn't matter. Let's see, let's keep going down. And the state, we go to, okay, now we go to Travis Johnson, who the state says is consistent. Again, he's wavered on this story plenty of times. While I did poke quite a few holes in his story there, the bigger one is the inconsistencies with the rest of the witnesses and evidence. He keeps trying to put the knife in my hand. There is no evidence that the knife was ever in my hand other than what he says. The DNA evidence, again, says otherwise. Not only that, the state now is trying to use that same weapon, and put it in two different people's hands. They literally convicted Rory Wilson with that knife. And now, all of a sudden, it's my knife? Okay. Let's keep on going here.
This is a felony. It's a felony murder charge.
I understand what a felony murder charge is. I understand that, Your Honor.
Well, what you just said.
But I mean, okay, why would the state keep trying to put the knife in my hand and say that that's consistent with the evidence? It's not. It's not. It's not a consistent statement. It doesn't match the DNA. It doesn't match the conviction they just got against Rory Wilson. I mean, do you keep on using the same murder weapon and keep on handing it off to people? I don't know. But okay, so let's keep on going here. So, okay, John Travis Johnson's statements again, like I said, the masks. Again, he says, was it a skull mask and a neck gaiter? Roger Ruggett and every other witness says skull masks. Nobody ever once, except John Travis Johnson, says a neck gaiter with Jägermeister all over it. He's the only one. But we're supposed to believe him, the guy who is getting 5 years instead of a life sentence. The jury's supposed to believe him, right? So, okay. So that, again, we got John Travis Johnson. Now, what do we have after John Travis Johnson? We have the ME. ME didn't say anything that actually implicates me. Then we have the DNA analyst, who I was actually calling as my witness. Because, again, no DNA evidence. And even the ones that the prosecutor tried to say is, again, he was trying to use inconclusive as positive results, right, as the same thing, but they're not.
I didn't hear that.
I did.
That they're trying to use inconclusive as positive.
Well, I mean, what else are they going to use? What else are they going to use? There's nothing. They knew there was nothing there. They knew that, man, 2019. So, okay. So nothing in the DNA, right? So we have one witness, which is exactly what we knew it was going to come down to, John Travis Johnson. The rest of the case is fodder. That's all it is.
It's what?
Fodder. Smoke mirrors, that kind of thing.
Oh, I know what fodder is.
So that's it. We come down to John Travis Johnson. John Travis Johnson, again, like I said, his credibility is shaky at best, and with the outbursts he had up there on the stand, Lord knows, I thought he was going to jump off the stand and come after me the first time. So that whole sweet, innocent getaway driver thing, that they have no proof that he's the getaway driver, but they love saying it, might as well be his last name now. But okay. So I'm supposed to, again, risk my life with these 12 people, risk my life on what? The evidence the state has is John Travis Johnson. That's it. Now, we have, again, we can keep on, again, just some of the same things I just named. No DNA on my side. Zero. Right? And even some of the things they named as inconclusive weren't ever even actually evidence. They weren't, found at the Treehouse site. They weren't actually, they didn't have any victims' blood on them. They actually had nothing to do with the crime. As far as the gloves, the shirt, that kind of stuff. That's why they're not in evidence now, right? But they said, okay, well, why don't you tell us everything that was inconclusive? That's why I meant by they're using it as a positive, Your Honor. That's why I asked prior to them coming up here and asking questions, that those inconclusives not be allowed. Because I knew they would use them as a positive. Now, that's the case. That's the state's case. They rested on that. That's what they have against me. That's what cost me 6 years of my life. That's what's going to cost me the rest of my life, maybe. And that's insane. The state can bring somebody to trial on that. That's insane. Now, again, I don't expect you to give me a judgment acquittal. I didn't think you would, and I don't think. And so I've been fully prepared, for the next to move on to Miss Belmont. which again, I have the surviving victim saying she's 100% sure. She's willing to risk her life that she almost lost that night on the fact that I'm innocent. That's what she said in an interview.
Risk her life, sir?
That's what she actually said in an interview, Your Honor. She actually said that to the media. She said she was willing to wager her life that she almost lost that night.
You know, we're certainly going to give you an opportunity to present that testimony. It's not part of the evidence in the state's case, so it's not relevant to the argument.
Do I have any time left, Your Honor?
You got a minute.
Okay, good. I'd like to say one more thing, because it really did upset me. When I came in here the other day and you were upset with me, and I understand that. You know, I understand you being upset with me.
Judge, I'm going to object. This is improper jail.
What does he want to say?
I understand you being upset with me, but Miss Paula Belmont is sick, very sick, and she wants to testify. That's all she wanted. That's all she wanted. And she's the victim in the case.
So she's going to testify.
No, but she has the right, again, what if she had died?
Is this a rehearing on
I'm just saying, what if she had
not
died?
to take it out of order? I've already made that decision. In any event.
Personally, I think you made that decision because you were mad at me.
Okay, sir, you're entitled to your personal opinion. That's fine. I don't expect you to agree with me. Okay. I don't. So you think whatever you want to think, and that's fine.
I get that, Your Honor. And look, again, I'm going to prepare for my next, I'll prepare to call my witness, Your Honor.
Okay. State.
Judge, the state has proven a prima facie case as to each and every element of the crimes charged against this defendant. If the jury believes the evidence that's been put forward, the state has proven first and foremost that the defendant, along with the co-defendants, Rory Wilson and Travis Johnson, conspired to commit a robbery at the Treehouse on November 17th of 2017. Their motivation was to get some drugs and money, and they put together this plan, and they effectuated that plan. Travis Johnson gave us the details of that planning, and actually the details of the overall execution of that plan. This defendant is alleged, and the state submits has proven, this defendant, along with Rory Wilson, approached the Treehouse that night after having been driven over there by Travis Johnson. They went inside the Treehouse and they attacked Paula Belmonte and Roger Raggett. Roger Raggett testified that these two masked men came up the stairs. He was non-specific about the mask that the second man was wearing, and that would be the man that pounced on him. When Mr. Tucker questioned him about the height of that man, it was very telling because Mr. Tucker put his hand way up here in the air, and Mr. Raggett said, no, lower than that, lower than that. And then he finished by saying, about your height, was the description he gave of the second man. He proceeded to articulate what happened inside that Treehouse, the fact that that he was being beaten and Paula was being stabbed by the other man. And at the end of the day, they grabbed the tin that was on the table and the bag, and they left. He also describes that Matthew Bonnett came upstairs, saw what was happening, and ran back down the stairs.
Excuse me.
At the end of this, whatever was happening inside the Treehouse, we have Travis Johnson testifying that he looks and he sees first a man running out of the Treehouse screaming for help, and then he sees a man dressed all in black that he said was Tyrone Tucker running out of the Treehouse carrying a bag that he carried back to the warehouse. They get back to the warehouse. The spoils of the robbery are shared by the three of them. They smoke the dope that they got. Under the felony murder rule, first-degree felony murder, all three are guilty of the crime.
Well, I'm sorry, what's the objection?
The objection is he just told a bunch of stuff that wasn't true. And man, if it is true, that means John Jarrett Johnson was in the house.
Again, Mr. Tucker, you're demonstrating your fundamental misunderstanding of this phase of the proceeding.
I guess.
Yes, you are. The state is presenting the evidence that's been presented in the light most favorable, sir, to the non-moving party. So you can disagree with it. You can challenge it, but in terms of an accurate recitation of the evidence presented, it's not distorted. So I'm going to overrule the objection.
Your Honor, can I at least explain what I thought?
No, you can't, because you're not understanding this phase of the proceedings.
Okay. Okay, Your Honor.
Judge, under the first-degree felony murder rule, all three are guilty of the crimes that each committed during the course of this robbery. Under the principal theory. Under the first-degree felony murder rule, they are guilty of murder because Matthew Bonnett ended up being stabbed and killed during the commission of this robbery. The state has proven each and every one of the elements of that crime against this defendant. This defendant is also charged with robbery with a deadly weapon while masked, and that's of Paulo Belmonte. Again, this defendant, under the principal theory, is aligned with Corey Wilson and Travis Johnson at this point. Corey Wilson is the one that's alleged to have attacked Paulo Belmonte, but at any rate, it doesn't matter because they're all guilty of everything that happened inside that treehouse that night. So this defendant is guilty of the attack on Paulo Belmonte, which is count 1 in the information, robbery with a deadly weapon while masked. This defendant is guilty of count 2, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against Roger Raggett. Roger Raggett was very specific about seeing this guy come up and raise the weapon up in his face, put him in fear of being stabbed. Roger Raggett is also Roger Raggett was also the victim of a battery by somebody who was masked because Roger Raggett continued to testify that he was beaten by the man that approached him in this attack at the treehouse. At the end of the day, Judge, the state has proven a prima facie case against this defendant as to each and every element, and the state would request the court to deny the motion for a judgment of acquittal.
Okay, thank you. Did you want to have a minute or two rebuttal, or?
Yes, sir. Actually, that was why I objected. When you said his case, the case as he recited actually matched the evidence, he just said that John Travis Johnson described taking the tin, taking the bag, and being in the house. He literally just said that. So if he was in the house, how's he the getaway driver?
Anything else?
Well, Your Honor, again, if his prima facie case is based on, again, on the testimony of Travis Johnson, and he supposedly, again, he knows all that stuff because he was there, that makes sense. He can definitely recite all that stuff. And if he can recite what happened in the house, which is what you just said, that means he was in the house.
All right, thank you. Anyway, I've been presiding over this case for many years now, and throughout this trial as well. I've heard the defendant's motion for judgment of acquittal. I also heard many extraneous points and grievances and irrelevant matters, tried to be liberal, and as I said, let the defendant let off a little steam. And those issues, other than the question is whether the state has presented a prima facie case, that is, evidence on each element of the 4 crimes charged: the felony murder, the robbery with a deadly weapon while masked, the battery while masked, that's in count 3, an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon while masked. That's the issue here, taking the evidence in the light most favorable to the state, the non-moving party. That's the standard of review, and irrespective of Mr. Tucker's, says he doesn't want to be disrespectful, but by claiming that I've already made up my mind, it's very disrespectful, but it's, doesn't faze me at this particular point because he's inflamed with his own self-interest, and I get that. So the point is, you're trying to distill the state's evidence to Johnson in and of it himself is inaccurate. He's, I would suggest the main witness for the state, but there is corroboration of his testimony in various regards. You certainly have matters to argue to the jury. That's not the issue right now. The issue is, have they presented a prima facie case? And they have, as to each of the offenses charged, so I'm going to deny the motion. So, next step is, what do we need to do to effectuate the testimony of Ms. Belmonte via Zoom? Do we have some technical matters? Have we got the location of her room? Have we got the person from the state designated? Do we?
Yes, sir. Our investigator will be out there at noon today. We know what room number she's in. He'll be there to protect our interests, I guess, in what's going on out there.
Well, when we say protect your interest, I take it this person's going to do nothing more than be present and observe.
Correct.
Nothing more in terms of setting up equipment, in terms of asking questions, in terms of just to observe.
Correct, Judge. Just to observe, and he's one of the investigators that the defendant had requested that we use. So Ms. Belmonte, I guess, knows this investigator and is comfortable with him, and that's who we're going to use.
Thank you.
Okay, so she have a means to?
Yes, Your Honor. I set her up with a laptop this morning, had Zoom on there. All she has to do is hit the microphone, hit the video. I just need an email or something for the screen over here so that we can go ahead and link in. That's about it. The only thing I would suggest for the investigators, there is her caregiver is going to be there to help them. They're going to need was it the full body suit if they're going to be in there.
Okay. Judge, I would propose that we log her in right now and get her up on the Zoom and see if it's working.
I actually had it set for 12:30 so we could do a half-hour test, like just beforehand, just to make sure we're okay for 1 o'clock.
So, again, I certainly am ignorant about the logistics of this, so it's going to be, Mr. Alvarez, yesterday you were talking about your cell phone, so there's something more direct that the...
Judge, my understanding, and again, my knowledge of this area is limited, just like yours is.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, some of these Zoom hearings I've attended, I have the application on my phone. I'm able just to log in, put in the login information in the passcode if there's one, and that will connect me and remote me in. My understanding in what Mr. Tucker is saying, he's already provided Ms. Belmonte with a laptop, which you could also log in as well, and it's just a matter of connecting it here on the internet.
Yep. I also provided links to both the state attorneys so they would.
So let's get Carrie in here. Could you help out with that, Deputy Riccio? Then, is there going to be any request for any kind of instruction before the testimony is presented about what it is, how it should be considered? If anybody, like the next witness is going to appear remotely via Zoom, you will be able to see her and hear her, but she is not going to be present in the courtroom. I don't know if anybody wants me to say that's because of health concerns, and you should consider her testimony the same as you would if she were in fact here in the courtroom. If someone wants that sort of instruction or explanation, fine. Usually, I would usually say something like that, usually in a civil case when we have a videotape deposition, but, you all tell me.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Carrie, we're going to have first defense witness testify by Zoom. She's over in the hospital, and I just wanted to try to get everything set up so when the jury gets here, it's as smooth as possible. So I don't know if this, she's got a laptop, if that would be directly here or I don't know. I'd prefer not to have anything to do with setting it up, but,
Well, someone will have to host the meeting. Is that going to be the?
I tell you what, we don't need to be on the record for this, so would you mind kind of liaisoning with the lawyers, and then when we've got it figured out, the deputy comes and gets me, and if you don't mind doing that. All right, so I'll be standing by.
It's going to be recorded or not recorded, you said?
Well, I think we need to ask our court reporter if it's going to be recorded. Well, of the video and the like, but we just asked Monica and what she thinks we need to do for the record. That's fine.
Yes, sir.
As long as I can hear, like when the video is presented, if there's a mic right in front there, that'd be fine. I don't know how.
I can put this mic here. No one's going to be using it. I can just lay it right
Oh,
on the tray.
they'll use that one, but we can probably give it to you guys to that one.
Yeah, we can move it, it just needs to be.
Will she hear the attorney?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I'll turn it. You'll be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Wait, Pam, am I just talking to you?
So which way?
Pam, Jill's not so good.
Just to the jury.
You find it, you can,
I think that covers everybody's lines.
she's very confused. All right,
If
go
you
ahead
ask
and
any
help her,
questions,
please.
somebody will be sitting here.
So the witness will need, we'll need to host the Zoom, so who's Zoom account?
I've got it.
Yeah.
I just need, I just need an email to send it to her or something like that. Or that I can pull it up and then just log in.
Yeah, you can, if you've got a Zoom account, you can sign in right
Yeah,
there.
I can do that.
And then as long as you can get her the meeting ID, she can join, and that's, she should be good.
Actually, already, she should, I left it on. I left it on over there, so all she has to do is hit the mic, hit the video, and we should be good.
Okay, yeah, she can log into Zoom here.
Okay, fine.
That's it, or? So you want to come over here and log in, sir?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. So I can pull up the codes.
See one of those green sound bars move? I think the sound on this TV.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Got that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, we're back on the record. So I understand from Carrie that you're set up. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. We were just going to do a little test here with Paula just to make sure everything's working the way it should, and we should be okay. You know, go at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, whatever you would like. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I got this phone on. What's up? What's up? Oh, no, you are there yourself right now. I'll join right now just so we can see, okay? Give me 1 second. Yeah, go ahead and unmute it. Yeah, just push unmute it, and then push mute.
There's another button she needs to push which says play video.
I'm sorry, what is it?
I said there's another button that she needs to push on her end that says play video, otherwise you're just gonna have a blank screen.
Okay. Well, okay, do me a favor. The button, remember I showed you the button right next to it that says, it says play video. This should be like a little video camera. Well, for a second, just go ahead and push the video just so we see, okay? No, okay. Just push the one that says video. Okay, no, that's the one that, not on the bottom. Just calm down, calm down. Okay, that's all it says on the screen at all. Okay, just go ahead and do that for right now. Just go ahead and say push. Just push where you said it says continue. Now it says continue. Go ahead and push continue. It's okay. We'll relax. Just relax. Get this. It's okay. Relax. No. Save your breath. Everything's gonna be fine. That's why we're doing it early right now. Judge just wants to make sure everything's working. So if there's a problem, we'll fix it. It's okay. Okay? We've got plenty of time. Okay? And actually, can you do me a favor? Okay, do me a favor. See if you could get one of the nurses to help you, okay? Oh, it's medicine time? Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you what now. See if the nurse comes to me. She's coming out. What? Oh, they got too many patients? Is that what you said? Okay. Just hold on. Okay. Because what we'll do is we have to, I'm sure there's somebody over there that's there. It'll be fine. Well, it's 10:14, but it's only 10:14, and we're not scheduled to do this so long. So we're good. Huh? What's up? Yeah, all right. You're gonna do just fine. All we gotta do is we'll fix whatever the problem is. It should be easy. Huh?
Like to take a break and take 5, as they say, and try to.
No, that'd be great because she's having a little trouble over there working it. And it's like, I'm sure you can get one. I have one this morning, so.
Understand.
I'm sure we can get one.
Okay, so
And I'll tell you what, Your Honor, we definitely have it.
well,
I couldn't hear you. Definitely
you
what?
said we'll definitely have it running by 1 o'clock, but I don't want to. I don't want to wait until then. So.
Oh, okay. Were you going to bring the jury in now?
No. I just want to be able to see for myself that it's working before that time. So if that means 10:30, if that means 12:30, I mean, I just, what, it's kind of,
Hold on for a second, okay? Just relax. Just give me a second. Just, hey, just give me. Okay. Actually, case management's there. See if they can help. Okay.
Judge,
See if they can help.
we're not in session, the camera's on. I would just ask for the camera to be off until we're back.
Oh, there we go. You got it. Got audio.
What did you do? How did you do that?
I just unmuted you.
Okay, she unmuted me.
Okay, now go ahead.
I see a bunch of chairs in the courtroom.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's what the jury is. Now,
Okay?
now we.
Oh, I see your head.
Now.
I see your head.
Do you see the black? Okay.
I see your head, yes.
Let me look.
It should be right.
You know that I wanted a cup of coffee. She's open.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, video buttons. Oh, here, start.
Yep. Oh, there we go. There we go. We can see now. Perfect.
we can see, we can't hear.
Okay, now we can't hear you now though. So we, no, we can't hear you, so you're gonna have to unmute it again. So yeah, she probably pushed mute by accident. There we go. Now we can hear you. So we got video, we got audio, we're good. We're good. We can see. Hi.
The only trouble is,
I don't see you, but hello.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
all right, so now I'm hearing feedback.
That's only because I had the phone here, so that's it.
That's-
All right, as soon as I turn the phone off, it should be okay.
Okay, listen, anyone that comes in this room needs to be fully gowned. Gowned, mask, gloves, everything. Okay. Okay.
I've lost the picture.
Bye.
I literally just,
You did what?
I minimized the picture, that's all.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, James.
well, just,
There she is.
Oh, that one's a stand-up coffee.
excuse me? Okay, so then presumably she understands it's gonna be a question.
Was I still on his laptop?
She understands that I'm gonna go ahead and ask my questions, the state's gonna get to ask their questions, and then I may do a redirect, we'll see.
And
She
that
understands how she
it's the middle of a trial and there's jurors present and,
She understands.
okay, so you're satisfied it's, good to go?
Oh my God, I can fall asleep just sitting there.
And apparently the state's representative is gonna need to be in certain attire,
We'll let them know.
so,
Hey, Paula, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi, Paula, can you hear us?
How are you still there?
Because I'm still here because I'm coming through on the Zoom.
I don't think you know away.
That's okay. No, you're good.
okay, before we recess, I just wanted to deal with one issue that's not to do with this.
Protest or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, Paula, we're going to sign off for right now, okay? Just leave it just like that, and when we click on, I'll call you before we click on, or I'll text you or something, okay?
Okay, because the woman I'm here short-staffed as it is.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
taking them away from their nursing job.
Okay, no, I understand. I understand. Okay. All right. Look, I'll go ahead and give you a call, or I'll text you
You don't need to be
before.
like wide open and just doing it that way.
Okay, and we're gonna have to lower that laptop or raise you up a little bit just so we can see it. That's all. Okay, because they're gonna want.
I don't even see them walking or nothing.
Okay, it's okay. You're good.
It won't breathe.
No,
I
you're
don't
fine.
know where the volume is.
Oh, I know. Okay, because it's that table, right? Okay, when she comes back, get her to help you with that table, or just take the laptop and put it on your lap or something. Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna sign off for right now, though, so that you can go
Okay,
ahead.
because I don't feel good and I just need to
It's okay. It's okay. You go ahead and relax. We'll be back in a little while, okay?
Okay, you might have to wait me out till 11 minutes.
No, you'll be fine, okay? You'll do just fine, okay? Well, I'll go ahead and call you right before we sign on, okay? All right.
Okay,
All right, I'll talk to you in a little while. Bye.
okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye, Paula.
Okay, so
I'm just going to go ahead and mute this, Your Honor.
I understand. I guess we have as much assurance as we can hope for in terms of everything being ready to go. I was just wondering if you had any other evidence that you were planning to present after her testimony is complete.
To be honest, just with all the complications, I was like, it probably wasn't worth it. I was like, I don't know how long it's going to take. I didn't know if there was going to be any issues. I figured just on the abundance of caution. I was like, because I do have some other witnesses I'll be bringing on Monday. So I just figured, with her going on, and again, I don't know how long, just her breath, she may need breaks, whatever, I don't know.
All right. Okay, so what? 12.
We'll be here 12:45? I think you told the jury 1, is that right?
Yeah, I
Judge?
told the jury 1, so I'm not sure what we're going to do for 15 minutes.
We'll be here at 1, how about that?
Well, about 12:55.
Perfect. All right, sounds good.
All right.
Judge, just so we're clear, as far as our investigator's attire, I think Mr. Mansfield and I are in agreement that he doesn't necessarily need to be in the room with her. He just needs to be outside the door to make sure no one else is in the room with her coaching her while she's testifying.
Whatever you want within reason, it's your representative. So if you would prefer that, or it's okay that he's not in the room and all gowned up and everything, if that satisfies you all, and he just wants to be at the outside, that accomplishes your purpose, okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, see you at 12:55.
All rise.
Please be seated. Okay, good afternoon. Everybody's here, needs to be here. Are we all set for Ms. Belmonte's testimony?
I think actually the state attorneys, I think their investigator just got there, because I think Frank just got there. He's helping her out now. Okay, so I think they're about ready for you guys, okay? Just relax. Hey, take pictures, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn us on so that you'll be able to see us as soon as you click on, okay? Oh, they're going to get you gowned up. Hold on. Okay. Well, hold on for a second. You're about to kick my behind this one. All right, I'm going to turn us on, at least on the, actually, I won't do the video until you're gowned up, okay? Yes.
I'm gonna swear. Unless you want to. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay. Still here. Oh, you need to get off the phone? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Are you dressed? Okay. Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, okay? All right, I got you. All right, I'll talk to you in a second. All right. I can see it. Okay. Oh, never mind. Got you. Okay. All right. Let's see. Nice. Set up.
So we're ready to bring the jury in?
Not quite, Your Honor, because they're still, I can't hear them yet, so I would imagine they haven't turned on their side yet. Just give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and make sure they get that on. Yep, I can see her. We're going to have to put that camera a little bit down, too. That's it. Oh, yeah. I was just making sure that, no, it's my fault. I'm toggling it off now. You should be able to hear you.
My phone.
Okay.
My phone only works on speaker.
Okay, you're fine. Okay, let me go ahead and you need to. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Paula? Paula, can you hear me? Oh, it's okay. Relax. It's okay. Hey, can you hear me? We're going to need you to move the camera down, too. Hold on. I don't know if she can hear me. All right, hold on. Let's see if this may help her. It's okay.
My phone only works on speaker.
It's okay. What about you?
Frank's not in here yet. He's getting down up.
Oh, he's getting down.
Yes.
Okay. When he comes back, tell him yes and no the computer.
Let me know when this is ready, which hopefully be 5 minutes at the most.
Shouldn't be done. Hold on, the judge is coming in, so you be careful.
Please be seated. Okay, so I'm back. Presumably the Zoom testimony is queued up or teed up, whatever.
Yeah, we're here. It's just we're just turning up the microphone a little bit, make it easier for us to hear us. That's all. You know, she can hear us, but oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. No, we don't want to disable it. Okay, you guys ready on your end? Can you hear me? I'm hoping you can hear me. Hold on, can you guys hear me? There's got to be a volume on this thing. All right, hold on. I'm just going to keep talking to you, and you tell me when I can hear you, okay? Or you can hear me. All right. Let's see, switch to audio settings. All right, now, test microphone. There we go. Hold on, here we got it. I found it. Test microphone, test mic. Testing, 1, 2, 3. That's not doing it. You need to turn up the volume. Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's because we have it on a different microphone. Hold on, let's try this one. It's on a different microphone. Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on. There's 2 different microphones. This is the microphone here, okay? So now you should be able to hear us. I can see the levels going up, okay? Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Oh, that's still awfully low. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try the other one again. Let's try the other one again. That's the same as this microphone. Okay, let's do this one. Okay. Hey, can you guys hear us over there? Can you guys hear us? I don't think they're hearing us still. Hold on. Cannot hear your voice. Select a different microphone.
Would you like
Testing.
people in here try to?
I mean, that'd be fine. Oh, see, I just saw the levels go up. There we go. Can you guys hear us? Can you guys hear us over there?
She can hear you. It's very, very low.
It's very low. Okay. Let's see if we can try and jack it up a little bit. I think the volume's actually all the way up over here. So hold on 1 second. I don't think it's going to go any higher. Input level. Yeah, no. Let's see. Automatically adjust. Oh, hold on. No, let's get rid of that. That's what's killing us. Okay. Can you guys hear us now? Hey, can you hear us? Or is it very low still?
Let's get Carrie in here. I'm going to step down. This is what we tried to avoid this morning's
I thought we had it worked out.
event. We'll get our tech people here. See.
Paula. Hey, Paula, can you hear us? Save your voice. Hey, Paula.
We're back. You ready?
Yep, I think we're ready. Paula, save your voice until the jury comes in, okay? Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yep, you just lay there and you just relax, okay?
She has to be instructed not to speak while we're in session until she's called.
Okay. Paula, the judge wants you to be quiet until I tell you it's okay, okay? Just be quiet for right now. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we got this.
All right, so let's bring the jury in, please.
Hey, Paula, we have to be quiet.
Stop it, I need to know.
Paula, we need you to be quiet right now. Hold on just a second, okay?
You all can have a seat. Apparently, we're waiting for one or two other folks here. Thank you. Please be seated, everyone. Okay. Good afternoon, members of the jury. Thank you for your patience. I know that I asked you to be here at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry that you've had to wait. We've had some technical difficulties that we've tried to work through. I think that'll become clearer in just a moment as I explain to you what's going to unfold here in a moment. But in the meantime,
just relax.
The state
I'll
has
talk to you when we're ready.
its case, and now the defendant has an opportunity to present his case. So, Mr. Tucker, you have a witness to call?
Yes, I'd like to call Miss Paula Belmont.
All right. So, Ms. Belmont is unfortunately in very poor health, and she is in fact in a room at our local hospital. So she's unable to physically appear live and in person, so she is going to be testifying remotely by a system called Zoom. And basically, you can see her picture there.
Paula, you got to let the judge talk. Let him talk for a second, okay?
So she's there. You're going to see her as she testifies. You're going to be able to hear her, and she should be able to also see and hear. Although she's not here in person in this courtroom, you are to consider her testimony just as if she were, because other than it being remote, you see her, you hear her, she's going to be direct examined and cross-examined. So, and we spent some time to get the connection, which hasn't been easy, and I think it's clear she's not feeling well, but having said that, I am going to place her under oath. I may have limited ability to raise
Paula.
my hand.
Paula.
Ms. Belmont, can you hear me? I'm Judge Jones. Can you hear me?
Paula, the judge is going to place you under oath. I'm going to give the microphone to him, okay? He'll talk to you in just a second. The judge has to place you under oath. He has to swear you in, okay? So just give me a second.
I can't hear you, so whatever you're saying, I get tired, but I can't hear you.
Shh, Paula. Do we need to reschedule? I mean, we can do that.
No, we're not rescheduling.
Okay, I got you. Shh, relax. Okay. Okay, Paula. I need the judge to be able to swear you in, though, okay? So you have to just calm down. Whatever. Okay.
Right hand.
He wants you to raise your right hand, okay? Right hand. There you go. That's it. And I'm going to give the microphone to Judge Jones.
I don't need to see the judge.
Okay, I see you have your hand raised. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, the nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Are you the judge, man, in front of me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, I swear.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Paula, you're sworn in so we can actually ask you questions now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome back.
Judge, objection.
It's all right. It's just a little introduction. So,
Anyway, thank you for waiting for us. And again, like the judge said, it's just some technical difficulties. And as you see, she does want to testify for you, to give you testimony. Okay, Paula. Okay, you ready? Are you going to be good?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please tell us what happened on the night of November 2017?
Actually, I'm sorry, but she should really state her name first.
Okay. Can you please state your name for the record? Just tell. Hold on, Paula. Hold on, Paula, hold on just 1 second.
A lot of people on the other
Okay.
It's all right, we know who she is.
Okay.
Downstairs, like drinking.
Okay.
Another thing. Me and Roger used to hang out upstairs. I don't drink, Roger used to cut the grass. And every Friday night there was a spot for Roosevelt, because he was my good liquid friend. Earlier that day, this guy from Norway, Detroit, and this Travis dude who I'd never seen before, came up the stairs with the provide. I told him to leave. They were April's friends, they left. I didn't think nothing of it. Until hours later, when out of nowhere, this man comes running towards me, and it was dark. Like a 3/4 dark. Wearing a mask. But I couldn't figure out why he was running towards me so fast. And he jumped on me and like I didn't realize I was cut at first. I thought he was just pressing the knife into my neck really over. And I said, Ryder, help me, he's hurting. And I couldn't figure out why Ryder was helping. And then all this craziness happened. And I get every time, like I get kicking on the floorboards and the ground. Every time I yell ground, I heard the shit beat out of me. But I remember looking up at this man's face. In my mind, I heard myself say, in my face, I heard myself say, Detroit, why are you doing this? I literally heard myself say it. I don't know why I didn't say it out loud. Something stopped me, and thank God I did. Because he probably would have killed me right then and there. But like you said, he had been there earlier that day. And I'm not knowing, it was $50 we could drive in the house. Because I was just getting sick. I needed to make a little bit of money.
Judge, I'm going to object to the narrative at this point.
Well, I know Mr. Mansfield, but in light of her condition, I'm gonna let her testify by narrative.
Not my property. When Christina came up, when we had the hurricane, there was 4 different properties on that property. And each person has to apply separately. But the check comes to one person. April got a hold of that check because she got a lot of back. Now in the interim, I was sorted out on that to not take over, but trying to help him because we were noticing weird stuff like going to credit card, like Uber rides and stuff like this and
To the
that.
extent that you can't interject with a question, you should try.
Okay, hey, Paula, can you, Paula, can you explain? Paula,
I told Ben, I said, and listen, the water is going to be shut off. It's in my name. But in that is account, it's all approved.
hey, Paula, can you hear me? Paula, can you hear me?
I have to do something with that. Matthew made April pay that money back, the rent money. And then it wasn't official. Which was the start of official.
Hey, Paula, can you hear me?
So, me and Todd signed the notice that he wanted April off the property. So really,
Hey, Paula, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
I still wanted a brothel.
Hey, can you hear me? Paula?
There's never no drug bust on that property. And one thing I want to say to this, Mr. Mansfield, you make me sick. Absolutely make me sick.
Paula, hold on. Hey, hold on.
This island was where a teacher.
Hey.
We were trying to see.
Hey.
All you did was stole it.
I'm afraid afraid we're gonna have to
Hey, Paula.
pause here because
Hold on, I'm gonna pause it. Hold on, pause it. Hold on. Hold on, I got this. I got it. There we go. Paula, you gotta listen to me, okay?
we're gonna approach the bench here a second.
Just a
You to step out for a moment or two. Please excuse us.
Your Honor. I'm sorry. Thank you. I know. That's why I'm not going to tell her. Gotta tell her that. Gotta listen to my instructions.
Okay, the jurors are gone, so
All right, Your Honor, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna try one more time and get her to listen to my instructions. And if she can't listen to my instructions, I mean, we're gonna have to either reschedule it or we're also gonna go for the video. That's, at this point, I gotta get her to listen to the instructions.
state one.
At this point, first and foremost, I'm moving to strike the 2-minute tirade against me, and I've asked for the jury to be instructed that that is obviously improper testimony.
I would agree.
Secondly,
And I would agree with that.
she's completely out of control. She's not listening to anybody. So at this point, I don't see how she didn't even state her name for the record. We have, this is not credible testimony at this point. We have a witness that's just rambling incoherently.
Well,
I understand, but I'm willing to give Mr. Tucker one opportunity here, one additional opportunity, because I believe at the beginning there was some effort to try to calm her down, which, based upon what I can see, he's attempted to do, and see if we can get some compliance to basic organization structure. I will give a cautionary instruction about, or disregard any disparaging comments.
I'll tell her the same thing, Your Honor. I agree with him.
Well, I understand, but I have to tell the jurors that's stricken and to disregard it. But,
Thank you.
and I understand that Mr. Alvarez is correct. Generally, attorneys don't confer outside with witnesses outside the presence of other parties. But in this instance, I would certainly allow him out now, like once in a while, witnesses are given instructions that the judge just made a ruling that you can't testify about X, Y, and Z, so attorneys can tell their witness that. So he can tell her, listen, you've got to, you've got to answer questions, you've got to testify in more of a question-answer format. So, okay, so now, what?
Just something popped up on Zoom saying that the meeting is being recorded. Don't know who is recording the meeting or who hasn't, but he has a full view of the entire jury here.
Okay.
It seemed to pop out when the jury had left, but we're not for sure what exactly when.
I'm sure we can turn it off if you want. I have no idea exactly.
Let's call Kerry, maybe? No, it was our count or his count.
No, it's his account.
Okay. Well, we certainly don't want that blocking things, and I guess, Mr. Tucker, you too obviously have to make a decision here as to whether this witness is even able to communicate what you want her to communicate at this point. It's so.
The thing is, I think because I know how much it means to her, I'd like to give it one more try.
Fair enough.
You can't keep yourself under control, then we're gonna have to move on. I understand.
All right. Okay. So, did you? So that's not going to disappear?
No, I can get rid of this, Your Honor, but I also want to make sure it's not recording, I would assume. You don't want it recording, right?
That would be my concern with the jury.
Okay, so, yep, that would be, hold on, I got this. It's in evidence, I don't know why it's in. Let me go ahead and take care of this recording part, though. What would you like me to do with the video that's actually supposed to be in evidence, Your Honor?
Maybe the state can look at it and see, or does the clerk have? I assume that the clerk has.
I would assume so too, but I mean, it's obvious.
Maybe that's one of those copies that's.
Okay, there's no USB drives because that was definitely a video of John Travis Johnson. That's what it is. I would imagine. Okay, so record in. Let's make sure there's no recording.
Frank says the nurse is checking you. And I put she's muted.
All right, now she really stopped. She definitely stopped. So hopefully that'll help. To the bottom of the meeting room, okay? I didn't see that, but okay, let's see. It says pause or stop should be in here. Oh, end. That's the end. Okay. Oh, there we go. I found it. That's the notes. Now, I don't want that. Says pause or stop. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Stop it. That's it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, stop recording. I just found it. There we go. Got it.
Stop recording to the file.
Yep.
So you've been recording to the file.
Well, I don't know. I just pushed
I
to.
think it's recording on her side, and we have the option to record it on our side, so I think there's.
I don't know. But either way.
Continuously right now going on her side, theoretically.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and stop all recording. So it's like, I had no idea.
In the video restarted, and I stopped that
Both of these are now unchecked. And
from our side.
right, from our side, but I gotta make sure it's on her side too. You know what? This might be good for the state attorney, Attorney's office investigator, if he wants to check, just to make sure there's no recording.
I'm not going to ask them to go into a room where somebody's infectious, so.
Okay. Okay. Let me get on the phone with her and see if we can go ahead and get them to do that. All right. And it's getting problematic. Okay. Now. Okay. stop, okay? Because, okay, well, the thing is no, but when I tell you to stop talking, or I tell you that, you need to, we need to, stop talking, we need to go to a different question or something like that, you have to listen to me, okay? Okay, good. And here's the other thing, you can't be insulting Mr. Mansfield anymore. Okay. I get it, but I get it, I understand. But, the thing is the judge isn't going to allow that, and all it's going to do is make it so we have to turn it off. That's all, right? It's okay. Okay, he knows, and she apologizes. And, okay, so, but you have to listen to me, okay, or else we're going to have to stop it. And they're going to make me stop it, okay? Okay, I'm just letting you know, because man, the judge has given us one more shot here. So he's okay. So you got to listen to my instructions. No, it's okay. I get it. I understand. Now listen. Okay, but you're gonna have to listen to my instructions, and no more. And don't insult Mr. Mansfield or anybody else. Okay, we'll just try and We'll try and stick to the testimony. Okay. Okay. You just be your wonderful self. You'll be fine. Okay. But you gotta be calm about this. Okay. I know it's exciting. I know it's a little bit much. Okay? Okay. You still want to do this? We'll do this later. Okay. We're going to want to check to make sure that there's, the recording's not on the other side, but I'm not going to have you do that, okay? Okay.
Just to protect the sanctity of the jury in compliance with your order, that they not be disclosed or their faces or things. One of the suggestions that the state would have is if we angled the monitor more towards the podium, that would take the view of the jury out of it, and she could see and speak directly to
that'd be great.
Mr. Tucker.
Fine.
I'll let her know.
Because there's no way at this point
I'll let her know.
for us to assure that on their side it's not recorded.
Right.
It's not recording here, but it may be recorded.
I understand.
And Your Honor, I will make sure there's no recordings.
Actually, it is. It is still recording.
It's still recorded.
How's it doing that? That's not problem from Zoom then. Because I just went,
Why don't you stand at the...
look, see?
It's not recording on our side, it's on her side.
The light's on the camera here. Is there another recording program on here besides Zoom?
You're still going to have some jurors.
The other computers receive record from that side.
Right. But I mean, the camera would be on here. See what I'm saying? Actually, we should probably, just an abundance of caution, Your Honor, if we can get the tech guy up here just to make sure that there's no recordings on anything on here. Zoom doesn't say it's recording. I don't know the other software.
I'm gonna step down.
Oh, yeah, it does actually. You're right.
The thing would be to end the video, restart it, and that would.
Okay, that'll do it.
Let's wait for that.
Be seated.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay, so,
I'm going to go ahead. There should be a thing there for the, was it?
Mr. Tucker, are we ready, or where are we at?
Well, we decided to go ahead and end the meeting so that we could stop the recording because it was recording on that side, right? So we decided to end the meeting, stop the recording. Now we have a nurse helping her to get it restarted. That's all. It should take, again, I don't know, Your Honor, if it takes any more than a couple minutes, I'll go ahead and I already said that, this is getting
Yeah. Okay.
all right, so here we go. We're going to try this one more time, okay?
Let me know if it,
Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put start on this, right? Let me make sure that there's nothing recording here. Okay, we got to chat with everyone. Okay, cool. Do you see a thing on there that says Paula Mel?
please be seated.
Problems
Okay. Let's bring in the jury, please.
Okay, the jury's coming in, Paula. I'll let you know when it's ready, okay? No, you're fine. You just relax, okay?
All jurors present at court, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please be seated, everyone. Members of the jury, please accept my sincere apologies for the long delay. It's really not in any of our hands. The efforts have been made to try to get the connection and everything associated therewith in order so that you can present it with the testimony in this form. Before we resume, I do want to inform you that I have stricken part of the previous testimony. There were some, frankly, inappropriate, disparaging remarks about one of the prosecutors and some other connected remarks. I've stricken those from the record, and I'm instructing you to completely disregard that testimony. So with that, we've repositioned the screen. I think it's more appropriate that way, and we're going to continue with the Zoom testimony of Ms. Belmont. So go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Paula. Now, we're gonna try and keep each of these answers short, okay? Okay, so, okay, on the night of the 17th, you said, okay, that day you said you saw, people come over to your house. Who was that? Who came?
People on my place here.
Okay, who came by?
Matthew's place.
Okay, and who came by Matthew's place earlier in the day?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Do I remember what?
Who came by the treehouse earlier in the day?
I remember people coming.
Okay, you remember people coming? Do you remember who it was?
It was Detroit and some young guy.
Okay.
Because I remember saying, "Who are you? I never saw you before. You look like a cop."
Oh, you look like a cop? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so Detroit came by earlier in the day. The person who looked like a cop, did you know their name? Did you ever get their name?
I didn't say I looked like a cop.
Oh, sorry.
I said, Detroit's trying to look like a cop.
Okay, and did you get his name?
No, but I know it was wearing a red t-shirt.
Okay. All right, so that was earlier in the day. What happened later on that night?
Later on that night, I was out and hours later.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Roger ran out of the stairs. Because Roger missed it to me. Roger's not been dead. Excuse my language, a fucking joke.
Okay.
Roger doesn't let go by crap. So he can be with the girl. I don't drink me and Roger just hang out upstairs and he does the grass. And because me and Roosevelt had been friends for a long time, there's a little cheese lounge that I let in. Hang out with him when he's done downstairs with the girl.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And that's Roosevelt,
He
Washington.
just get his thing on and then just don't.
Is that Roosevelt, Washington? Is that who you're talking about?
Pardon me?
Is that Roosevelt, Washington you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So you're hanging out upstairs with Roger Ruggett. What happens after that?
We were really, Roger was doing, between us downstairs, pretty much most of the night. Matter of fact, to the point where I actually thought that I was hearing Detroit downstairs playing just Matthew Bonnett, long name with her, which was thoroughly wrong.
Okay.
It was Matthew.
Okay. And how many times
Which
did?
is irrelevant.
Okay. And how many times did Detroit come over before the 17th, before the night it actually happened?
I would say maybe 5 or 6.
5 or 6 times. Okay. And okay, let's move. What happened when you actually when it actually happened? What happened later?
I'm sorry, what happened later?
Yeah, when they actually came up the stairs, what happened?
Oh, this is me. The treehouse property had grass, okay, and probably I reminded that. And Roger worked at the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger being a nice person, and my friend, he would bring over the equipment. I mean, he was allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
He would bring over the lawnmower equipment and try and keep up with the grass.
Okay, but I'm talking about Paula. Do you remember what happened on the night of the 17th, though, when you were upstairs hanging out with Roger Ruggett?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
All of a sudden, I let out of the corner of my eye to the right. This person comes like flying towards me.
Okay.
And I knew who it was.
Now, who was that?
But I couldn't understand why he was in such a hurry to get me, to get to me.
Mm-hmm.
Until he got on my neck and got my throat.
Mm-hmm. So he jumped on you, put the knife on your throat.
Pardon me?
Did he jumped on you and put the knife on your throat? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and who was that person? Do you remember?
It was this way.
And how'd you know that, Paula?
Matter of fact, he was wearing the same clothes that he had on previously in the what is the Berlinski one?
Okay.
Some people come down here better than a lot. Some people only have one set of clothes. That's not my point. My point is I know exactly who it was because of what he was wearing.
Because of what he was wearing?
It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay. So you knew who it was because of what he was wearing because he wore it the same day, right? Did we get that right? Okay. And was there anything else to let you know who that was?
Pardon me?
Was there anything else that let you know who that was?
He's big. He's a big person.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't been hanging around the house like here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fair person.
Okay.
Him and his wife had actually been like this, and they still, to this day, don't know her. But I actually offered him that he could like hang out at the place.
Okay.
I had something to do with it, a piece of stuff.
Okay. So did he start talking to
If
you?
you need a place to be safe and chill, you're more than welcome to stay
Oh.
another little bit.
No, I know. Hey, did he say to you at this time?
I can't hear you.
Did he say anything to you? When he jumped on you and he jumped on you and put the knife to your throat, did he say anything?
He told me that if I use him, the thinking that I was a fucking bitch, and if you don't give me my gun, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. And was he by himself or was it somebody else there? Okay. Okay. And
The same guy that had been there earlier that day.
okay, the same guy who came with him earlier that day.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you know it was that guy?
I never saw him before.
Okay, I got you.
He was wearing a red t-shirt. And then when I saw on the newspaper articles, I knew not that I knew who it was,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew exactly
Okay.
who it was because of that.
Okay. And what did that guy do?
That guy, I didn't say specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember calling out for Roger. And I told him I left. He said, Roger, help me, please, they're hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I was getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it hurt, but I thought it was just digging in my neck. And I put my hand up, like to stop it from digging in any further.
I get it. I understand.
Roger apparently said that the person that beat him up was obviously was John Travis Johnson, aka JoJo.
Okay, where did...
Apparently had this like Billy Club
Okay, how do you know that, Paula?
up to his neck and was sticking his fingernails. So Roger wouldn't yell for help.
Okay, I get that. I definitely understand. How do you know that was John Travis Johnson?
Pardon me?
How do you know that was John Travis Johnson?
I did
Okay.
until I saw the pictures in the newspaper.
Oh, you saw his picture in the newspaper. But okay, but were they wearing masks?
I can't hear that.
Were they both wearing masks?
I didn't see the second person wearing that,
Okay.
but I did see what I was saying was the behind part of him.
The behind part of him.
I saw the width of him. I saw the height of him.
Okay.
The length. His
Okay.
style. I
Okay.
heard his voice.
Okay.
And at this point, I don't know what I heard. I either heard him say, we killed him,
Okay.
or I think we killed him.
Okay, was he still up?
He was one of the two.
Was he still upstairs?
He's the one who said,
Okay.
although I didn't know that it was him at the time, I just knew that it wasn't Tyrone.
Okay, it's okay. Paula, when you heard this, was he still upstairs or was he someplace else?
Oh, well, that was confusing me for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Because originally, he was there, and then he wasn't there.
Okay, so you just...
I know it sounds strange.
Okay, was Detroit... was...
And the whole time I kept saying,
Okay.
he must have walked up behind him somehow or something.
Okay.
But about a year ago, I found out that Roger watched him kind of like jump over the fence and go back up behind him, which actually made it a lot more clear.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't figure out
Okay.
how he was in front of that and then behind that
Uh-huh.
and then in front of that.
Okay, so you saw Matt come up, though. Did you see Matt come up the stairs?
Matt made it 3/4 of the way up the stairs because I was yelling for help.
Okay.
I kept kicking. I kept kicking on the floor, screaming for help.
Okay. So Matt made it...
Maddie's property now.
Okay, I got you. I understand. Okay, so you said you saw Matthew come up to the top of the stairs. Is that okay? I'm just trying to make sure we got this right. Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to make sure we're very clear for the jury. I want them to understand what happened to you. Okay. Okay, so you saw Matt come up to the top of the stairs. What happened after that?
He came up and he approached me, and they were coming. And down the bottom of the Matthew took his mask off.
Okay.
And I remember him saying, "What are you doing?" And then it was trouble from that point on.
Okay.
Because Matthew was Detroit look like.
Okay, so it was Detroit he saw.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It was Detroit.
okay.
It was on top of me. It was Detroit.
Okay.
It was stuck in that.
Uh-huh.
It is my blanket, the blanket that I was on.
I remember.
Smothered from one end to the other in blood.
I remember.
From me getting cut.
Okay.
They left it on the men's sit.
I know.
They didn't reference. They left it on the bed.
Okay. You're talking about the blanket that the forensic people left upstairs, correct?
I can't hear you.
You're talking about the blanket that the forensics people left upstairs, right?
I'm talking about the blanket that slept on every night.
Okay. Okay. So that's the one that you said that they left it there, the forensics people, right?
They left that blanket
Okay.
right there on that bed.
Okay. Just clarifying. I want to make sure we keep it clear here.
For $60 worth of crack, I'm not gonna lie about it.
Oh, I know.
That's $60 worth of crack.
I know.
Floating around.
I know. You're blatantly honest. I understand.
Getting sick. My medicine
Uh-huh.
is almost $6,000 a month. And I needed to do something.
Oh, it's okay.
But that's $50 worth of
Okay.
crack.
Okay, let's try.
Still there the next morning.
Hey, Paula.
But no one has ever been arrested for a drug job on that.
I get it. I get it.
Sincerely not. And it's like she doesn't have a thing.
We've got to, please respond to the question.
Okay. Paula, the judge wants you to listen to me right now, okay? Okay, okay, listen to me right now. Okay, because we got to try and keep the answers clear for the jury so they know. Well, that way they know. Well, that way they know that, what we're actually talking about. It's going to be hard for them to keep up the story then, because they don't know who Anthea Clay is, okay? So you got to remember, they don't know who anybody is, okay? So who is Anthea Clay? Who are you talking about? Who's Anthea? Who's April? Okay, who's Anthea?
There's a white female
Okay.
named Anthea Clay, aka April. There is a white female
Mm-hmm.
who goes out with Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
aka the Black Detroit.
Okay, that would be the Black Detroit.
I never thought there was a white Detroit,
Okay.
a Black Detroit, a white April, and a Black April.
That is actually
Hollywood can't make this shit up.
okay. And you're referring to, okay, the Black Detroit being Roy Wilson, the white Detroit is
Yes.
okay. That would be the guy.
Roy Wilson, aka
Okay.
Detroit.
And then okay, who is it?
Slash.
Okay.
Girlfriend named April,
Right.
who is black.
Okay. Just so we don't, hey, Paula, just so we don't confuse the jury. I know there's two Aprils in the story. I also know there's two Detroits in the story.
There's how many Aprils?
There's two of them. But let's go ahead and let's try not to confuse the jury here. Okay. Okay. Who is April Anthea Clay? Why is she important as far as this whole case goes?
Anthea Clay. When we had the hurricane, I'm sure a lot the same with Santa is each person who lives on that property
Mm-hmm.
gets to file a property claim to finish.
Okay.
The only other problem
Judge,
is
I'm not following. I think she's testifying hearsay from this other person.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sustain the objection.
All right, hold on, Paula. Hold on.
Going far afield here.
Okay, Paula. Hey, Paula. Paula, listen to me.
one person's claim
Hey, Paula, listen to me.
for itself.
Hey, remember we said we were going to listen to me, right? Okay, listen to my voice, okay? Okay. All right, now, we're getting a little confused here, so the judge went ahead and he wanted to make sure that we can get clear here, okay? So we're going to pause up for a second, okay? What did April have to do with the crime?
April set the crime up.
She set the crime up.
April was due. April has to say.
I'm objecting to the hearsay testimony.
I'm going to
Judge.
sustain the objection. Members of the jury, please disregard this last bit of testimony. That's
Okay,
it's not
hold
in
on,
this.
hold on. Hey, hey, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hey, Paula, pause for a second. Just pause for a second. Because, okay, look, we can't give hearsay testimony. We can't actually say what April said or any of that stuff. Okay? Okay, let's, okay, let's fast forward. Let's go ahead and fast forward, okay?
Yeah, we're going to.
April. Bit quicker, okay? Paula, you hear me? You hear my? Okay, you hear my voice, right? You hear my voice, right? You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, it's me. Can you hear my voice? Okay, we're going to try and speed things up because, okay, we need to get moving along. We got people. Okay, no, you're doing good. You're doing really good, okay? What I want you to do is, okay, fast forward. Okay, so the two people come upstairs. You said that, okay, you said that you thought one was John Travis Johnson. How do you know that? Paula, can you hear me? Paula, can you hear me? Okay. When you said that you thought one of those people was John Travis Johnson, how do you know that? Paula? Paula? Are you okay? Hey, are you okay? You hear? Hey, see, look, can you see me? Look, right here. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Paula, can you hear me? Paul, I know, I see you too, okay. Hey, we're going to try and speed things up, okay? Do you still want to do this? We can stop anytime you want.
No, we're not stopping.
Okay, let's go ahead and we'll try.
It's too long for this.
Okay, I understand. Okay, and we're all trying, we're all trying to make sure.
Your justice is my justice. It's Matthew's justice.
I understand. But, okay, I don't want you to hurt yourself, okay? So listen to me. Listen.
I'm hurt already.
I know, but-
I've been hurt the past 6 years.
I know. Believe me, I know, okay? Okay. All right, let's get it over with then. Okay, we're going to try and get it done quick so that, man, it's over with and we'll never have to do it again. Okay? All right. So, you said you thought the other guy was John Travis Johnson. How did you know that?
Only because I started seeing his picture in the newspaper.
Okay, so you saw his picture, right?
I should scratch my head and think, I wonder if this is the other guy.
Okay, but you,
Because the night after it happened, Matthew, Matt the cop, I can't even remember his name. But he texted me saying, oh, I'm not in trouble.
okay,
And I was like, oh, who is this person?
okay,
I can't remember his name, Matt, whatever.
okay,
And he took me to the center line around the lines thing to talk.
okay,
And remember, he asked me if I wanted my face cut off.
Okay.
And I didn't get it at first. This man stood up and he had his big knife and then they little chick thing with the knife. And just, I lost it. I didn't even know the cops carried knives.
okay, gotcha.
It was like in front of me and I just went right back to where I was looking at before.
Okay, Paula, here's another question for you. How do you know that wasn't me?
Pardon me?
How do you know it wasn't me that night?
Because it wasn't him. It was, at least I had this person's body. The person was not your size,
Okay,
not your height,
okay,
not your width.
okay,
I can't remember the exact words, but it was either, I think we killed him, or we killed him and he's dead.
okay. So you're talking about his voice. You heard his voice.
Yes,
Okay. And when did you hear this?
at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so he was at the bottom of the stairs.
The midway of the stairs.
Okay, about midway up the stairs.
That's where Matthew was found.
Okay, gotcha.
Laying dead.
Okay. All right, you're doing real good, okay? I'm not trying to push you, too much here. Okay, so,
I just need to be done.
okay. Okay, so you say you know it wasn't me because of the size, because of the height, the weight,
Your voice.
my voice.
And then we have to, we talked a few times.
Okay. And,
I laid on your shoulder and just not
okay.
all over you.
Okay.
I was still.
Okay, and how did you know it was Detroit?
I know what.
How did you know it was Detroit that jumped on top of you?
Because I knew.
Okay.
April, I brought him there enough time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him there.
Okay, did you know his voice?
Each his own, that's fine.
No.
I don't think
Did you know?
care what you do.
Hey, Paula.
But you don't go around hurting people.
Okay.
You don't go around.
No, you don't. No, I get it.
Are you sure? Don't go
I'm gonna
around
object,
hurting
Judge, to
somebody
this at
else
this point.
but you.
I'm going to sustain the objection. I'm going to ask the jurors to please, you can
Hey,
keep quiet,
Paula,
but please go
Paula.
in the jury room for a moment.
Paula, we're going to pause here for a second, okay?
Keep the meeting.
The judge wants to talk to us.
Don't turn it off.
I'm just-
I'm
I'm just gonna,
Well, as long as we keep the connection.
I got you. Okay, just hold on a second. Okay, well, we're gonna be right back. I just need to talk to the judge, okay? Okay, you're doing good. You're doing good. Relax.
All right. Jurors are gone. I'm going to try to step up in front of that screen, and I'm going to speak to the witness and explain in terms that in order for her to be able to have her voice and testimony heard, she's got to stay within certain parameters. And to accommodate this, I don't have a witness here. I'm not looking right at the screen, and I think, obviously, Mr. Tucker's tried, but I'm going to, as a judge, see if that will assist.
Judge, I would also seek to strike that last rant of self-serving testimony that Mr. Tucker would never kill somebody, he doesn't go around. That's all improper testimony.
Yeah, that's true. I will grant that motion, but...
And, Your Honor, I appreciate it. I appreciate it anyhow. Thank
you. All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Belmont. Yeah. All right. All right. Good afternoon, Miss. Is it Belmont or Belmonte?
It's Belmont.
Okay. I'm Judge Jones. I'm the judge. Okay. So I just wanted to instruct you how to proceed. I understand you're very ill. This has got to be very difficult for you. I know that you're the victim in the case as well as a witness in the case, so I'm very sensitive to what you must be going through. But in order for me to allow the jury to consider your testimony, you have to try very hard to just answer the questions. As much as you would like to add things, and maybe it's hard to concentrate when you're in a hospital bed and all the other things you're going through, please do your best to just stick to clear, responsive answers to the questions without adding extras. You don't have to apologize, ma'am. As I said, I understand that this is extremely difficult, all circumstances, and I want your testimony to be part of this case, but if you keep rambling and adding things that aren't being called for, excuse me, I'm not going to be able to let your testimony stand. So please try to stay within my instructions, all right?
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was doing wrong, but I was working.
Just try to just give clear, concise, responsive answers, and that would really make this go more quickly and smoothly and let you, as the alleged victim and a witness, have your voice heard. All right?
Okay.
All right. Okay, I don't.
Mr. President, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he's still here. He's still here, Paula, okay? Okay? I'm back, okay? Hey, Paula, can you do me a favor? Can you answer me did they give you any medications today?
No, I don't really take pain.
Oh, you didn't take it?
I don't do well with it.
Okay, so you didn't take any?
I'm really exhausted.
Oh, you're really exhausted. Okay, I get it. I understand.
And I'm losing my voice, so it is hard to understand me. But I got this.
Okay, you got this.
All right, does she have a question for me? You can ask her if she has a question for me.
Okay, do you have any more questions you want to ask the judge?
No, sir.
Okay. And again, just to be clear, I want to make sure, because this is kind of an important thing. Did you take any medications today?
I take, I'm on like 8 different reading medications.
Okay.
I'm taking
Well,
a once antibiotic,
Okay, you're taking antibiotics?
ADHD on a regular basis. I did last night take a 5 milligram Percocet broken in half
Okay.
because I don't do well with pain medication.
I think that may be the cause of this.
anyway, I don't want to cut her off, but this is extraordinary. And
Okay.
my
Hey, Paula, look, okay, I think the medications are affecting you, okay? So what we're going to have to do, I get it, and I know, listen to me. I'll come see you later, okay? But here's the thing, is I don't think we can do this right now because, okay, the medications I think are actually affecting your testimony, so we can't do that.
No, I'm just very tired. I sit up if you like, and they just got me some coffee.
Okay. I think it would be better if we wait, though, okay?
Okay. I'm not so sure.
I just don't know if the prosecutors, I don't know. I mean, it's like,
Can we please have first, yeah.
all right, hold on, I got this, Hold on 1 second, one second, Paul. We're just going to mute you for a second, okay?
This is extraordinary, and I'm trying to accommodate it the best I can, but she's saying that she's losing her voice. I'm concerned about and that might certainly a decent question, but at some point I'm concerned for her ability to participate in cross-examination.
Judge, and at this point, I'm going to move the court to strike her testimony completely. Everything she's testified to, I mean, if she can't do a meaningful cross, then her testimony can't stand.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting a message from the hospital that she's been discharged, so I don't know what that means. But
Well, that would mean, I would imagine it needs to take her out. I don't think so, not like that.
Well, in any event, Mr. Tucker,
Your Honor, I completely agree with Mr. Mansfield. Look, I know she wants to testify, but there's just no way. I mean, she's obviously having troubles, and I don't know whether it's medication. I don't know whether it's, the illness. I don't know what it is. I know she was lucid when I saw her this morning.
yes, I understand. I'm certainly not attributable to your actions.
I appreciate you that everybody's doing this.
But it would seem to me that this can't continue.
I would agree.
And it would seem to me then we'd be left with the deposition.
I think we're going to have to, Your Honor. I try, and I fought for this because I wanted to make sure she got her chance.
I understand.
And I mean, but I also have to be fair. I have to be fair to I have to be fair to the prosecutors, I have to be fair to the jury. And
Well, you might want to be fair to yourself as well. And again, I'm not so sure the efficacy of what you're trying to get out is making its.
all I wanted to do was tell her story.
I
That's it.
understand that, but in any event, so what I'm left with is to explain to the jury that we made every effort to try to get her live testimony through Zoom. Unfortunately, as is pretty evident, it just wasn't in a form that we felt was legally cognizable. And
Judge Jones, the only other thing is if Mr. Tucker's almost done, I can attempt to cross. We could reschedule for Monday morning and see if she is more lucid. I don't know where we stand on that.
well,
And I can also inform the court, we just got where she's being discharged today.
I think your original motion, as much as I'd like to move the case forward and, not consider this effort wasted, which I won't say it was wasted, but I just don't think this is feasible any further. I think it's, she says she's very tired, so, any event, unless somebody has some, opposition, I'm gonna go ahead and grant your motion with the defense agrees to, and it's, we're not gonna do this.
Your Honor, I think at this point I don't have a choice. I just don't.
I understand.
It's like,
My thing is this, now that the jury has heard, first of all, this is the first time in 6 years she went from I can't ID anybody to I still can't ID anybody, but I can say it's not Tucker. Now today she tells this jury it's John Travis Johnson. So my point is, now that they've heard that from her, I'd like to try one more time Monday to be able to cross-examine her directly about what she said today before we default to her recorded deposition.
and to be fair, Your Honor, I didn't. Look, any which way the prosecutors would like to try it, and Your Honor's is good with, I will try.
So I don't understand, Mr. Mansfield, what are you suggesting? Because you came up with the idea of striking it and,
Correct, Judge. And now my concern is the jury has heard damning testimony today that's going to go unchecked and unaddressed. And Your Honor, I guess, can always instruct them to not listen to it, but I'm concerned that it's still going to linger there.
and so what are we going to do? You're going to try to get her in person here? We're going to try to repeat this Zoom testimony? I think we're spinning our wheels. I really do. So
I don't know whether we would be able to get her here. I don't even know the situation.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just strike it. I'm going to make it clear. I'm going to ask if anybody can't follow the instruction about disregarding the testimony. I personally don't think it would be that difficult because I don't think most of it was comprehensible to begin with. So understand your concern, but balancing everything, I just think that is the best thing to do. Only thing I want to know now is what time. We're not going to do anything more with the jury this afternoon, so what time do we want to tell them to be here on Monday, and what are we going to do on Monday?
Okay, well, obviously, Your Honor, if we're going to need that video in lieu of Ms. Belmont's testimony, we're going to have to play the video. So we'll have to go through that. I'll go through that this weekend and get that. I'm going to have to send it to prosecutors and make sure that it's acceptable to them. Because we're going to have to cut out the other lawyers like Anna Gomez-Mulata and Seth LeVay. We'd have to cut out both of those.
I don't know if you would or you wouldn't, but anyway, I'm sure there's redactions that have to be made. But there's certainly, we'd have the other parts of the day to call other witnesses.
Oh yes, don't get me wrong, Your Honor. I definitely have some other witnesses that I've been contacting over the course of the day. So far, at this point, I am going to have Seth LeVay. I'm hoping to have it on Monday, and I'm also hoping to have Tom Walker on Monday.
Judge, this is probably a good time to address that. I would ask the defendant to proffer what purpose he is in calling Seth LeVay. Seth LeVay was the lawyer representing Travis Johnson.
It's a good time once I excuse the jurors.
I forgot to remember.
Okay.
So, so I can tell the jurors to be here at...
Would you mind if I go ahead and say goodbye and cut her off?
I don't mind if you do that.
Thank you. Hey, Paula, do you still hear me? Paula. Hey, I'll tell you what, you did real good, okay? You did real good, okay? I'll come talk to you later, okay? I'll come see. Oh, no, you did good. You did good, okay? I'll come talk to you later, okay? All right, I love you. Talk to you later, okay? Oh, I know. Okay. I'll tell the judge you said that, and I'll tell the jury you said that, okay? All right. All right. You get some rest, though. Get some rest. We'll talk to you later. I know. All right. All right. I'm going to come see you in a little while, okay? All right. You just get some rest. Hey, you get you some rest, okay? Oh, I know. All right. I'll come see you in a little while. You get some rest. All right. All right. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Okay, all right, I'll talk to you later.
So is it 9:15 on Monday with us here at 9? Is that the plan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
I don't exactly remember how long the tape is, Your Honor, so it might take, I don't know how long it's going to take until I can figure out how long that section is. And I'll schedule the other witnesses after that tape. Make it easy.
Yeah, we want to try to make good use of our time. We're
I
basically
understand.
halfway through the 4 weeks, and I sure didn't hope we don't have to go beyond next week, it would seem to me.
I don't perceive that we're going to have to go much beyond.
Beyond next week, I can't see how we would.
Well, okay.
Oh, I mean, after today, maybe I can't see. I don't know.
I'm just saying that I want, hopefully, we can make good use of our time and have it wrapped up by the end of next week.
Okay.
Let's bring the jury in, please.
All jurors present.
Thank you. Now, please be seated, members of the jury. Again, please accept my sincere apologies. I'm sorry, I really don't like to make you wait. And I've explained from the beginning that I am always mindful of jurors' time and don't take it for granted. But I want to inform you that after careful consideration, I've stopped the Zoom testimony of Ms. Belmont. Unfortunately, it seems that her medical condition was such that I didn't believe that she was able to present what I would call legally cognizable, comprehensible testimony, and the state also had an opportunity to do cross-examination. I didn't believe that the witness was going to be able to hold up during that, so I made a decision that it was to be stopped. What does that mean? Among other things, it means that I have to instruct you to disregard the entirety of what you heard. Everything, just like it never happened. And I know that may be difficult, but that's what I'm instructing you to do, to disregard and not consider in any way, shape, or form what was presented during this attempt or this portion of the Zoom testimony that you did hear. Does anybody have any questions about that or feel like, Judge, I want to follow your instructions, but I can't? If anybody feels that way, don't hesitate, because otherwise what I'm expecting is that you're going to be able to basically, for purposes of your deliberations and decision, just erase it from your mind. Anybody have any questions about that? Now's the time. If you have any concerns, it's okay. You know, really and truly. Anybody feels? Yes, sir.
Judge, just wondering, you don't expect that this will continue to now and the end of the trial at all?
This particular, it may be that it could be presented in a different form. There's other ways, and again, that will be a decision by the lawyers. Mr. Tucker is acting as his own lawyer. So it could be presented in a different form. Again, that's not my decision, but the possibility does exist. But in terms of what you heard this afternoon, you've got to put it out of your mind and not consider it in your deliberations. Does anybody feel that they wouldn't be able to follow that instruction? All right, so not seeing any hands, then that gives me confidence that you will be able to abide by that instruction. So that's today. That's basically what we, set up. It's basically what we hoped and expected would be presented, and I've explained what happened in my decision. So we'll call it a day.
Your Honor,
yes, sir.
would you mind if I apologize as well? We did not mean that.
It's really not necessary. I think that the jurors are aware that that you're certainly, you heard what he said, so I think it's clear. So we'll start your weekend a little early. Again, I apologize. We're not trying to waste your time. 9:15 Monday, and we'll go from there. And remember the court's cautionary instructions, of course. Okay, so the jurors are gone, so is there any housekeeping or other matters that we can?
There are. I would just ask the court to inquire. Mr. Tucker has indicated about potentially calling Seth Levay and Tom Walker. Seth Levay is the lawyer who represented Travis Johnson. Any communication Travis Johnson had with his lawyer is privileged. So I would ask the court to inquire what would be the purpose in calling Seth Levay, because Seth Levay was not there when the crime was committed. He was not there when an identification of this defendant was made or not made. And again, he represented Travis Johnson. As for Tom Walker,
Let's take it one at a time, please. What about Seth Levay?
Your Honor, I have no intention on asking Seth Levay any questions about that would be subject to attorney-client privilege. The only thing I actually want him to do is I'm using Seth Levay for identification purposes. That is it.
Identification purpose.
To identify some documents. That's it.
Judge, I believe he's probably going back to the motion to suppress that he thinks is somehow going to get in front of this jury. It's not. It's hearsay. It's not admissible. It's a motion I believe Seth filed on behalf of his client.
Well, all I can, it's awfully difficult. Again, I mean, Mr. Levay knows as well as any of us about the attorney-client privilege. That's his client's, not his. So I would certainly assume we're not going to, violate that. And so sometimes attorneys, proponents of evidence, make proffers. Sometimes we even have the witness testify outside the presence of the jury, so that proffer's on the record so the judge can hear it and make a decision, and frankly, so the proponent of the evidence can establish their record if the court rules it's inadmissible. So I just want
to put it on the radar. The other one, Judge, you mentioned is Tom Walker. Tom Walker was an internal affairs investigator for the Sheriff's Department at the time of this. Afterwards, after this crime, there was an internal review done, and there were some findings made. None of the findings pertain to the evidence in this case. There was no finding that the evidence was tampered or tainted. I believe the findings were confined to improper handling in such that they weren't logged in a timely manner. They were stored under somebody's desk and not put in the impound locker. Some bloody clothes. Bloody clothes are not evidence here. Mr. Tucker did not object to any of the evidence in this case.
Oh, I haven't.
The photographs, the videos, and so Tom Walker's opinion on, I guess, a better means to investigate the future, any findings of impropriety would be inadmissible in front of this jury. It would be irrelevant the evidence that's been presented in this case.
Let's hear what Mr. Tucker has to say.
Your Honor, that may or may not be true. One of the reasons I would like Tom Walker, and I would like to go ahead and ask Tom Walker, because in his report, there's 208 pieces of evidence that were mishandled. He doesn't list them all, and there are things I would like to verify, and he can do that. He actually went through all the evidence. He knows which ones have been mishandled, which ones haven't.
Well, again, we're in the same posture where I can't just make a blanket ruling. I agree with the general proposition that the investigation itself is not on trial here, and even if it was a flawed investigation, as I said earlier, what's relevant in my view is if there was some violation of protocols or procedures that impacted the veracity or reliability of the evidence or something, but otherwise to say, oh, this investigation didn't meet up to sheriff's standards, something like that, that wouldn't be proper evidence.
I don't know if the defendant is aware that in order to make an allegation of impropriety in the evidence, there has to be a good faith basis for it. So again, I'm inquiring of the court. Potentially, we might ask the court to listen to the proffer from Mr. Walker prior to the jury. I mean, the jury heard enough today, and we've asked them now to, erase from their minds Paula Belmonte identifying Travis Johnson, which has never been done before. Now we're asking the jury to disregard that. I'm just trying to avoid another disregard bombshell.
I understand that, and I think we even mentioned at some point in time earlier on that some of this stuff may need to be alerted to the court. There may need to be the inquiry outside the presence of the jury. That's fine. I'm willing to do it. Again, it's just time consuming, but that's what it takes.
I would like, again, like I said, I just want to make sure the evidence that we have and the evidence that is going to be submitted later is evidence that hasn't been tampered with. And he knows. So.
Well, I'm not sure what evidence is going to be submitted later, but I guess I'll find out. So I think we should expect to get going with the deposition to perpetuate. So please, whatever redactions and the like.
I'll have it done by the weekend.
Please do it so we can have it ready to go Monday morning, and then perhaps after that we can have one or both of these witnesses present so we can address them outside the presence of the jury.
That would be fantastic, Judge.
It sounds.
With Your Honor, I'd like to, hopefully try to finish it next week.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think that's, reasonable, more than reasonable. If we
five full days. So.
Well, the 25th is I've got in the morning inmate plea, but that's Thursday.
What time is that, Your Honor?
That's 9 to noon on the 25th. But certainly, I would think it's plenty of time to do whatever we need to do.
I would think so, Your Honor. But again, I didn't expect. I actually allotted time just in case something happened today, and it did. So
yeah, I understand. But in terms of having the rest of the witnesses lined up, I mean, we're not going to have any situation like
I don't think so.
Extraordinary.
Yeah, I don't think so.
With Miss Belmont, who's in this condition that we saw her. So I call that extraordinary.
Oh, that was.
And I don't believe there's anyone else that would present those special challenges.
Yeah.
So please do whatever preparation you need to do. Be ready to go at 9 o'clock. Have the tape. I mean, how is that going to be presented? That's going to be the big screen.
I would
here?
imagine so, but I would imagine it's also going to be a lot easier than what we did today.
Okay, so one other thing, gentlemen, it's my understanding from Carrie and the deputies that, and Mr. Tucker, that the proceedings with that deposition, the Zoom testimony up to the point that recorded sign was flashed, that it was recorded, and that it was on Mr. Tucker's spouse's account, and it was, is it downloaded, uploaded to the cloud?
I actually don't know, Your Honor, because I didn't know it was recording, so.
I understand that, but if, I think the onus is on you to find out, and if so, have that deleted, because I would shudder to think that somehow or other a picture of the juror, or anywhere, a picture of the jurors would somehow or other be revealed. So could you, I'd appreciate it, Mr. Tucker, if you could diligently look into that and report back as if that has occurred and if it has been deleted, so we don't have that lingering problem, because that would be a major problem.
Yes, Your Honor. I will make sure that any copies of anything that were recorded today is going to go ahead and be deleted. And if they would like to verify, I mean, they can always have their investigator do it with me. I'm going to go over to the hospital in a little while, just to make sure.
Well, okay, is it just the hospital, though?
I think so.
I mean, is there... This was your account, so again...
I would imagine, because it was done on the other side, right? So if it was done on the other side, that computer has access to wherever it was recording.
So please investigate and state. I appreciate your kind of following up on that, because...
I don't, we will ask our IT lady who's sitting right here what we need to do to try to make sure that that doesn't get out.
We just don't, we want that, if there is some recordation, that it be deleted, and we don't see any kind of, revelation of a picture of the jury.
Judge, now that the court has decided, I'm sorry, one more housekeeping issue. Now that the court has decided to proceed with the perpetuated deposition testimony.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a way to describe
I
it.
just want the defendant, I don't want to create an appellate issue where on appeal, if there's a conviction that he says, well, I wanted her to appear in person, but that was denied. Mr. Tucker appears now to want to go to the perpetuated testimony instead, and if that's the case, I would just ask that the record reflect that, so down the road, there's no allegations that he wanted in-person testimony and, the state wanted it or whatever. It appears to me that he no longer wants Zoom.
Look, I believe that Your Honor, I believe the state, I believe the jury all made a good faith effort to make sure that Miss Belmont got her say in, so to speak. And no, at this point, I believe that yes, we do need to go to the perpetuated testimony. There's no other way to do it at this point. So I would agree.
Thank you.
Judge, thank you for your patience today. That was extraordinary as an
All right, well, take care. Please do your prep this weekend, and we'll stay in recess.